Hello guys, I wanted to film a figure card outside today. So it's a busy day, so you guys are gonna definitely hear interference, and I apologize if the audio isn't the greatest. But this is what's the next step. So we're gonna describe where you're at, and then we're gonna describe your next step as well. We have 3 piles. So pile number 1 with the pink card, pile number 2 with the orange card, and then the pile number 3 with the green. There you go. Pause the video if you need to. Timestamps are down below. Let's start in with pile number 1. So pile number 1, you chose the pink card, and we have clearing. So what you're going through right now is a big stage of clearing. You guys might be feeling like a lot of things are falling away. You guys might be getting pretty anxious lately. You guys might be really forced to speak your truth on certain things, forced to step out of an objective role. I feel like a lot of you guys, you don't necessarily entertain certain problems or certain difficulties. I feel like there's definitely some work to be done on the throat chakra, and definitely some clearing also specifically being done on the throat chakra. But I feel like you guys are gonna have to it's like spirit is forcing you to make certain decisions, where you might not necessarily like to be too black and white. You might like to say like oh my gosh, so much throat chakra stuff going on with your group. So much throat chakra shit going on with your group. A lot of clearing in your life, but a lot of clearing in your throat chakra. The spirit is going to make you take a stance that is not objective. If you guys like to stay in the middle or stay unbiased, or not unbiased, but like unbothered, like not picking sides, spirit's sort of like going to make you pick sides, because right now you're clearing and cleansing, and it's because you guys are stepping into like this new consciousness. You guys are like in that period right now where it's like you don't resonate with your old self. You don't resonate with who you used to be, or how you used to be, or the ways in which you used to you don't resonate with your old self. You don't resonate with your old energy, your old mindset. It doesn't resonate with you anymore. And you're in like this void space at the moment, right? Totally disconnected from the past self, because we're not that person anymore, but also still having a little bit of a difficulty stepping into this new self, or having a little bit of difficulty with this adjustment phase that is going on right now. Okay? So spirit is wanting to let you know that this void phase is perfectly normal. It's something that's going to happen. It's not something that is unique to your case. You're not going backwards. You are not being punished. Everything is okay. Patience. Have patience, guys, because this is just a phase. It's just a phase like anything else. You will step out of this phase. You will come out of this phase. You will be okay. You will proceed. You will succeed. And everything is going to be all right. You just need to practice a little bit of patience, okay? Because spirit is saying, like, you should know that everything is coming to you. I heard, haven't you seen the signs? Haven't you seen the signs that everything that's for you is coming to you? So that's what's going on right now. What's the next step? The next step, we have passage. Like I said, you guys are in the middle. You guys are like between worlds right now, between consciousnesses, between realities, between timelines. And because you're experiencing that shift, you're literally in the midst of that shift. It might feel like you don't belong in either place. I don't belong here, but then I also don't belong here. Like, you have 2 options, and you don't feel like you belong in either one of these options. And listen to all that confirmation that's going on right now. But spirit is saying, just keep going with the flow of things. Allow yourself not to get distracted by other things, other people, other mindsets, whatever is going on in your physical reality right now. It truly doesn't matter, because it's all being shaped by you, for your experience. Okay, so I feel like your next step could just be allowing yourself to just navigate where you are right now, instead of wanting to be somewhere where you're not at the moment. Yeah, we also have the Ace of Wands. I want to see what Spirit wants to say about that. What's up with this Ace of Wands? We got the Queen of Pentacles. And then the Nine of Cups with Death on the back. Okay, so what I feel like Spirit is saying is that right now what's going on, like we said, you're reinventing yourself. You're becoming somebody new. You're becoming a whole different person, a whole different energy, a whole different spiritual being. You guys are transcending timelines, transcending fucking lifetimes right now, doing a lot of work in the astral realms right now. So Spirit is saying, if it's not all jumping in your physical world right now, don't get too discouraged, because there will be the balance of abundance in the physical and abundance in the ethereal, the metaphysical, the 5D, right? But you got to allow it to get there, right? You got to allow the one part of the seesaw to come up, and then when that goes down and finally drops, this side will go up, right? So it's not like this isn't going to stay up all the time, right? Spirit wants you to get more comfortable with the fluctuations of life. Get more comfortable with the fluctuations of life, and know that, like, when you are in a difficult phase of your life, that doesn't make you worth less. When you are in a difficult phase of your life, it doesn't mean that that you're doing anything wrong, okay, or that you're going in the wrong way, going in the wrong direction. A lot of the times, so my friend Nirvana sent me this quote, and it was basically talking about when people think that things are good for them, well, when something feels good for you, it is good for you most times, right? But when something feels bad for you, doesn't necessarily mean that most of the time that bad feeling or that thing that feels bad is actually, oh my gosh, my throat chakra again. But it doesn't mean that it is actually bad. It just feels a little bit uncomfortable, and it might, oh my gosh. Apologize. Your reading is just fucking up my throat chakra. But what Spirit wants to say is, you know what's really good for you, and you know what's not good for you. But Spirit also wants you to look at all the difficulties that you're having as opportunities to move you forward, as opportunities to keep and get the ball rolling, right? Not everything that's good for you and good for your growth and development is going to feel or look good outwardly or in your physical world, right? So what's the next step? Look, and you do have happiness coming in, you have that wish fulfillment, you have this manifestation coming in, but what's next for you? We have the Wheel of Fortune and the Six of Pentacles. Whatever you guys have been manifesting, it is coming to you. It is coming to you, but first you have to learn to give to yourself. Whatever situation that wasn't giving to you before, it's going to be replaced by a situation or a person or whatever. If it was a job, lover, whatever it was that was not giving reciprocal energy, was not returning your kindness or whatever, your efforts put into it, it's gonna change up, it's gonna switch up. You guys are either gonna get this back in a new energy, a better energy that's more aligned to what you need, or you guys, this thing is going to be fully released, and you guys are going to bring in something that is exactly what you need and what you desire and what you want, what aligns with you. All right. So what can you guys do to make this step a little bit easier for yourself? I feel like it's just surrendering. Yeah, we have new beginnings and refuge. So Spirit wants you to know that once you, like, okay, so like you're in the void phase right now, right? So once you step out of this void phase, everything's going to get very, very fast paced. It's going to be blessing upon blessing upon blessing upon blessing, right? Move upon move upon move upon move. You know, that, like, what is it? Like, I'm hearing chain smoker. If somebody here is a chain smoker, you need to stop that shit. But anyways, what Spirit is saying is that the momentum is definitely going to pick up a fucking, like, a hell of a lot once you guys get out of this void phase. So while you can, make sure that you rest, make sure that you're taking time for that self-care, taking time for that self-love, taking time to take a nap, make yourself feel good, go make yourself some tea, go drive to a nature spot and just chill, or go whatever, connect to the earth, because we got a lot of earth cards here too. And I'm looking specifically at her, how she's specifically touching that rock or tree or whatever, I don't know what it is, but you need to have physical contact with nature right now, like, because nature really needs you just as much as you're gonna heal from contact with nature. Nature's also gonna heal. It's like you have powers, or like abilities to also conduct that love energy into Mother Nature, or back to Mother Nature as well. So Spirit just really wants you to connect more so with your ethereal side. Spirit wants you to get more into your spiritual side, more into the spiritual things that are going on around you. They want you to more so connect with your inner self. And I feel like that is the next step for you guys. In order to get your manifestations, it's like you've done all the work. Now you just need to let everything that is really not for you just leave, clear that shit out, and then just surrender, do that soul work. And not necessarily work, because I feel like y'all done a lot of the work. It's more so nurture yourself so that you could get ready for all of this to come in. Okay guys, I will see you guys later, and toodles. Hey there, pile 2. Sorry if my audio is like really shit. But yeah, this is your reading, and you chose the card that says Awakening. Okay, so what's going on right now in your energy? You guys are going through this awakening phase where you guys are finally awakening to new ideas, new levels of consciousness. I feel like a lot of you guys are getting a lot of clarity around a lot of things that you guys have been asking for. If you guys have been asking for energetic upgrades, it's definitely coming for you. I definitely feel as though, also with this awakening card, it's like, it's just opening you up. It's just opening you up like a hell of a lot. I'm seeing somebody like their consciousness expanding. Your consciousness is expanding, pile 2. I'm not taking either of those, I only want one. So what's going on right now? We have power. Yes, you guys are being forced to rest, forced to, I'm hearing hide back, but it's not like your guides necessarily want you to hide away. It's more so that they want you to be very careful about who it is you allow into your energetic bubble. Excuse me, because I feel like pile 1s, I just needed to clear that throat chakra. They were just fucked in their throat chakra. But yeah, what's happening right here is you guys are regaining a sense of power. You guys are awakening to more potential, to more of your potential, to more of other people's potential, more so to your potential. And I feel as though you guys are being heavily protected right now. Like, look at the dragon protecting that woman as she sleeps. It's sort of like you've done so much work, or like sort of like you've been put through the ringer lately. I don't know what y'all been through, but it feels like y'all just been through a hell of a lot. And it was a lot of karma that you guys were experiencing that was hitting you back to back to back to back through tower moments. And now that those are finally subsiding and you're finally like in the calm of the storm, it's like you're sitting in the rubble. That's sort of what I'm getting. It's like after the storm hit and after everything came down and after it happened, I just saw 2 birds, and after it happened, it's just like now you're sitting with all the aftermath and you're like, what do I do with this? It's like trying to put pieces back together. And what Spirit is saying is they're protecting you in this vulnerable state right now. It is okay to rest. It is okay to chill out. Spirit wants you actually to do more chilling out and less walking, talking, and for some of you, if you guys are psychics, less channeling and stuff like that. It's really taking from your energy. But what is happening currently for you guys is you are being protected in this regenerative state that you guys are in right now, because it's like you guys had just worked yourself to exhaustion And yeah, it served a purpose, but right now the purpose, or the path that you need to take is definitely one towards rest and relaxation, towards allowing yourself to, I heard acclimate, I don't know what that word means really. I might sound stupid, but yeah, I don't necessarily know exactly what that word means, but you need to take time to adjust to these new levels of and frequencies that you guys are opening up to. You can't expect yourself to just get it and then just be like, oh my god, bam, that's it. It's like somebody going to college and expecting, you know, like, to have a degree within a week. It just don't work like that. It just don't work like that. So what's the next step, please, spirit? We have renewal and generosity. I feel like with this tree, we also have energy there. I feel like for some of you, you guys need a good energy cleansing, a good energy healing. Maybe some of you guys need to go to a trusted Reiki master or something like that. But with generosity and renewal coming out right here, it's like you guys need to, like, look at all the little friends that she has around. Like, she has the fairies with her, she has a little frog with her, and then the tree always reminds me of community. So I feel like what's going on right now, like, what the next step for you guys is like recapturing, like, what it feels like to have a secure foundation, to have a stable friendships, to have good relationships, and honest connections. I feel as though this awakening phase is showing you a lot about yourself, a lot about other people too, but it might have, like I said, I feel like you guys were serving a lot of karmic debt that were hitting you. It was hitting you really, really hard through a lot of tower moments. You might not necessarily would have seen it as karma. You could have just seen it as lessons upon lessons upon lessons, and really deep lessons at that. But yeah, what it was is, you guys, it was Ma'at. I'm hearing Ma'at. It was Ma'at, and she is the goddess of truth. She is the personification of truth, and she tips the scales. She says, this is the right time, and this is not the right time for this to happen. You know, she knows exactly how far to go and when to stop. She's true justice, true balance. She is not she is completely objective. And maybe some of you are getting rid of some biases that maybe you have had in the past or something like that. Getting rid of some judgment. I feel like a lot of you guys are clearing out judgment, or maybe you guys haven't really worked on clearing it out yet, but you guys are awakening it to some ways in which you might have some toxic tendencies that you might need to change. Yeah, we have protection. What was I telling you guys? Like, your spirits, your guides, your ancestors, they're protecting you like a fuck ton. Anything else? Letting go. Yeah, after this phase of awakening comes a phase of letting go. You guys might even be experiencing a lot of letting go right now, especially letting go of certain mindsets. Yeah, flexibility too is right here. I feel like your ancestors are helping you reshape maybe the way that you are, how you are, or more so not reshape how you are, because I feel like deep down you guys are like really, really good people. Not even deep down, I just feel like you guys are really, really good people, but you guys have a lot of conditioning that you need to break free of, that you are finally realizing. You're realizing, like, shit don't need to go the way that it did before. I don't need to act the same way that these people acted. I don't need to shut people out in order to be safe. You know, it's sort of like you're breaking a lot of generational curses right here. Realizing, like, what do you really want? What do you really want? But I'm also feeling with you guys, what the next step is like indulging in the things that you've made for yourself. I feel like you guys work, and then you don't allow yourself to indulge in the things that you've quite honestly and literally earned. So spirit wants you to allow yourself to do that. Also right here with the red hat, I feel like a lot of you could be working through fear-based energy right here, because the red represents the root chakra, and when the root chakra is misaligned or needing work, it can operate out of fear-based energy, really survival instincts. And I feel like you guys are awakening to exactly what that is, and the next step is like sitting there and like talking to yourself, telling yourself like, this is what it is. Like, look, I see it now, I see the problem now, and now what am I gonna do about this? It's really having like firm conversations with yourself about, you know, what's holding you back, exactly what you need to change, the things that have been holding you back for generations upon generations upon generations, especially on your mother's side. I heard, for most of you, listen to the confirmation. But yeah, it's been holding you back for a very, very long time, maybe because you refuse to acknowledge it. What's the next step? The next step is taking ownership of your experience. The next step is taking ownership of your experience, recognizing that you don't have to be in this bitter lack energy. You don't have to be in this energy. You can take a stance. You can assert yourself more. You can, I'm hearing you can do it. Can I clarify this Queen of Wands, please? Because I feel like there's a message. Ace of Wands and the Two of Cups, clarifying the Queen of Wands. What is this trying to tell me? Sorry. You need to balance what you see can happen and what is actually happening. So I feel like the next thing that is happening for you, the next step is having a lot to do with discerning what things are really for you, what things aren't, what things need changing. This could be in any aspect, but it's really discerning. Is this really part of me, or is this just something I've learned that has just become so normal that I feel like it's a part of me, that I feel like it's me type energy? Can I get advice, please? How can you make this a little bit easier on yourself? The Devil. Clarify the Devil, please. Yeah, it's all about not fighting the progress. It's all about allowing yourself to be completely honest. And there might be a little bit of a trigger warning, but like anything that we experience, we brought onto ourselves in some way or another. Vibrationally, we've brought it onto ourselves. And Spirit just wants you to take a little bit of accountability for where you've been, and Spirit just wants you to know that the next step is just committing to being better, committing to doing better, committing to being honest with yourself, seeing yourself better, and breaking out of these really difficult patterns that have been sort of like imposed upon you for a very long time. But Spirit's saying like everything's gonna be okay. Like, look, like you've served like all the bad karma that you had. Like, I feel like Spirit is saying like it's only up from here. You just got to be committed to the journey, committed to the learning, and committed to the growth. But I will see you guys later. That was the next step, and I will see y'all. Toodles. For those of you who chose pile number 3, the green card, your words are change and faith. For some of you, it could be change, faith. But for a lot of you, what's happening right now is you guys are going through a period of really difficult, trying times that I feel like are really testing your belief system. Right? Let's see. Sorry, there's gonna definitely be noise. I'm outside. So what's going on right now? Expansion. You guys might even be, like I said, changing your faith. And Spirit's saying it takes a lot of work, a lot of courage to go down the path that you're on. So you need to be proud of yourself. Spirit is saying that you need a little bit of an ego boost. So I'm gonna be a little bit hyping you up in this reading. Okay. But Spirit is definitely wanting to tell you, look at all those peaches on that, what the fuck are they? Peaches. They're fucking apples. Look at all of the apples on the tree. Spirit's saying you might not necessarily, what's going on right now, you might not necessarily be seeing something for exactly what the fuck it is. And I feel as though you guys might not necessarily be seeing your growth for what it is. And listen to the birds, and there's a bird on your card too. You might not be seeing your growth for what it is. Change your faith. That's quite literally what it's saying. Change your faith. Change your faith. You guys have not been believing in yourself. You guys have not been believing in your path. You guys have not been believing in everything that you can achieve. So you guys are manifesting a reality which mirrors those thoughts. But just as quickly as you can manifest that reality, you can manifest a new reality. You can manifest a better reality. Look what cards just came out. Change. Change wisdom. Listen to the church bells. Some of y'all need to start going to church. I'm not a church person, but some of y'all need to start going to church, okay? For some of y'all, y'all are being told to connect with God, connect with the source. Yeah, because right now you're going through a lot of fucking chaos. Right now you're going through a lot of, like, you don't know what to think, you don't know what to do, you don't know how to see things, you don't necessarily know what is right and what is wrong. And it's because you're going through a lot of growth. You're going through a lot of growth. It is purifying your aura. It's purifying your energy. So you might have a lot of nasty energy come up. You might have a lot of energy that you aren't proud of coming up and stuff like that. But what's going on is that you guys are expanding. So what's going on right now? The Ten of Cups, the Sun in reverse. You guys need to be positive about what you're manifesting if you want it to actually come through. We have the Queen of Cups and the King of Pentacles. There's a little bit of a disconnect in what you want and what you are meant to have. So Spirit's saying, it's not that we cannot have exactly what we want. We are the creators of our own reality. We can literally manifest anything we want into our lives. It's just that I feel like right now Spirit is saying you need to get more clear on what you want, and you need to get clear on, like, the intentions of what you want. Like, you could say, I want this lover, but why do you want that lover? Do you want that lover because you want the genuine connection and you're ready for the genuine love and the genuine work that it takes to have and maintain that love? Or do you want that partner because it feels good when they're around you, which isn't a bad thing? Or do you want that partner because they make you feel better about yourself, because they complete your image? Do you want that partner just because you're lonely, or because you have certain things that you need to get past that you don't necessarily want to work on or want to see? Or maybe do you want that partner to distract yourself? Spirit is saying you need to really look into your intentions of what you're getting. All right, and what is the next step? We have courage. I want to get another one. Courage to move on from these things, because you're only ever going to operate in that energy of wanting something for the wrong intentions if you have something in you that needs to be integrated, something in you that needs to be healed. And that's not a bad thing. Everybody has something in them that needs to be healed or integrated. Everybody has certain conditioning that make them see things and do things in a certain way. But Spirit is saying you need to take this more seriously. I thought I was going to be your hype man in this reading. I ended up being your fucking, like, mom. Like, Spirit's saying you need to take this more seriously. You need to take your journey a little bit more seriously, because you matter a lot more than you think you do. Healing. Have the courage to heal. Have the courage to heal. It might not seem like you need a lot of courage to heal, because when we think about healing, we think about this amazing, like, meditative process where it's just like, oh, I connect, and then I zoom in, and then I release, and then it's all sunshine and rainbows and love and light from here. That's not how healing is. Sometimes when you're healing, you're gonna cry. Sometimes when you're healing, it's gonna hurt. Sometimes when you're healing, it's not gonna feel fucking good. Have the courage to do it anyways. Have the courage to commit to that healing anyways. Have the courage to push yourself into making that change that you need to make. And trust that what you are getting right now, that what you are going to get from it is going to serve you. and trust that your inner guidance, your inner being would never tell you or lead you to something that is going to steer you off path. Okay, we have purity 2 times. There needs to be some purity of the mind here. There's a lot of mind chatter, your shadow body takes a very, very big hold on your inner voice. And when I say your inner voice, it's not your intuition. Your inner voice and your intuition can be 2 totally different things. They can, sometimes when people are talking about it, be phrased as the same thing, but they are 2 totally different things. We have acceptance and playfulness. So there are certain things about you that you need to accept. There are certain things about you that you need to start loving a little bit more. It's hard to love certain parts of us. It's more difficult. It's easier to love the good parts of us than it is to love the bad parts of us. It's easier to understand the happy, light portions of ourselves than it is to understand the more difficult, deeper emotions that we have, right? But they're all still fucking part of you. They're all still part of you. They're all still part of that one whole consciousness that you are, that whole being, that whole light body, that whole consciousness that you guys are is still all part of one thing. And what's happening right now, you guys are transcending. You guys are transcending. And what is the next step? To allow yourself to transcend, to be very fucking honest for yourself about certain things in your life. Oh my gosh, I can't talk in your reading. Like pile 1, their throat chakra was fucked up. Yours is a little bit like woo, but theirs was like bam. So what's the next step for my pile 3s? We have the Empress, the 3 of Cups, and the 7 of Swords. So Spirit is saying the next step for you is to find exactly who you are under all the conditioning, under all the projection, under all of the layers, under all of everything that you've been taught, all of everything that you've been shown, all of everything that you've accumulated from other people and other experiences, whether that be good, bad, or ugly. Who are you underneath all of that? Who are you? Right? And part of your next step is to appreciate exactly who you are, no matter how it looks. If it looks bad, if it looks good, we still appreciate it, we still love it, because it still makes me me. Yeah, there might be certain things that I am going to work on, you know, because it's not good to say this is bad and I don't like this part of myself, you know, and then not change it. You know, just because we love and accept parts of ourselves doesn't mean that we can't work on improving them as well. I feel like that's a better way of articulating what I was trying to say. But with the 7 of Swords, I feel like a big message for you is you need to go in and heal. You need to go in and heal. There's no trying to push this away, push it under the rug, no trying to sneak away from it, no trying to cut people off so that you won't be triggered, or stop texting certain, like, I feel like a lot of you guys, you might put down certain things because it triggers you. You might put down that relationship, you might put down that connection, you might put down that job that is really good for you, just because it triggers you into growth, and growth isn't always comfortable. And when it's uncomfortable, I feel like it might really scare you. I feel like there's definitely a root chakra clearing, healing that needs to happen right here. And you guys just need to stop fighting the flow. Your guides are trying to give you answers. Your guides are trying to point things out to you. This is what we need to change. This is what needs to be fixed. And it's like you guys are doing a lot of deflecting when you should be doing a lot of reflecting. So the next step for you guys is reflecting on the internal situation and seeing how that plays out and manifests into our external reality. Okay guys, I feel like that is the message for you, and I will see you guys later. Toodles.